Welcome to The Explainer. You know, there's a piece of software you use literally every single day, but you probably don't even think about it. Well, today we're diving deep into that unseen manager, your computer's operating system.
Okay, so let's start with a question. It sounds simple, but trust me, the answer is the key to, well, everything. How do you really talk to your computer? Like when you click on an icon, what's actually going on in there?
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. It's kind of like we're trying to have a conversation with someone who speaks a totally different language. On our side, we've got clicks, icons, simple commands like open that file. But on the other side, the computer only gets electronic signals, pure machine language, just ones and zeros. It's a massive communication gap. So, this is where our story really kicks off. How in the world do we bridge that gap between what we want to do and what the machine can actually understand? Well, to solve this huge language problem, we've got a hero in the story, the operating system, or OS for short. You can think of it as this incredibly smart piece of software that's basically the ultimate middleman. It manages everything, and most importantly, it translates between you and the computer's hardware. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper. How exactly does this all-important piece of software act as our translator? It's pretty cool, actually. The OS plants itself right in the middle of everything. It takes your commands, clicking a folder, typing an email, and translates them into that raw machine code the hardware needs. And then, just as important, it takes the hardware's response and translates it back into something we can see and understand on our screen. But here's the thing, the OS is way, way more than just a translator. It's really the master manager of the whole operation. It's a traffic cop, a security guard, a librarian, all rolled into one. And it's juggling a million things every single second you're using your device. I mean, just think about it. The scope of its job is just massive. Right now, you might be listening to music while browsing the web and have a document open. The OS is deciding which of those tasks gets the processor's attention at any given millisecond. It's giving each program its own little sandbox of memory so they don't crash into each other. It's organizing your files, protecting you from threats, and it's doing all of this at the same time. It's incredible, really. Yeah, to put it simply, the OS is the ultimate decision maker. It's the one in charge, it's the central authority that makes sure all the different bits of hardware and software are actually playing nicely together. And just like any other technology, operating systems have come a long, long way. The early ones, these batch systems, could only do one thing at a time, super basic. Then we got time-sharing systems, which was a huge leap because multiple people could use the computer at once. And today, we've got all these specialized versions, like a real-time OS used in things where timing is absolutely critical. Think about the anti-lock brakes in your car. Yep, an OS is running that. Okay, so what does all this mean for you? For us, the users, what's the real advantage of having this powerful manager running the show? Well, the number one biggest advantage, the absolute game changer, is the graphical user interface. You know it as the GUI. And honestly, this one thing completely changed how we interact with computers forever. I mean, before the GUI, you had to be a bit of a wizard. You had to type out these long, complicated text commands just to get anything done. The GUI just swept all of that away. It gave us a visual language, icons, buttons, cursors. It's what made computers intuitive for everyone. You don't have to know the secret command anymore. You just see what you want to do, and you click on it. And it's not just about being easy to use. The OS is what connects us. It makes sharing files or printing to a wireless printer super simple. And here's a really crucial one. It's built to be updated. That's how we get cool new features and, more importantly, those vital security patches that keep us safe. But there's a catch. This powerful, all-knowing manager has one single critical weakness, and it's a big one. So it makes you ask a pretty scary question, right? When we put all of our trust into this one central system to run everything, what happens if that one system fails? The answer is, well, it's pretty brutal. Everything just stops. The whole system grinds to a complete halt. If the OS gets corrupted or crashes, your computer is basically a paperweight. It can't translate your clicks, it can't manage memory, it can't do a single thing. The entire system is dead in the water. This analogy really hits the nail on the head. The OS is the heart of the system. And if the heart stops beating, the body can't function. It's that simple. It really shows you just how incredibly important it is, but also how vulnerable the whole setup can be.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. When you're using your computer, are you really the one in charge? Or are you just making suggestions to this unseen manager that's actually running the whole show?